thing I've learned about my toddlers not listening, okay? Their ages 3 and almost 5 now, so they're like out of the toddler stage. It's very developmentally appropriate, and it's almost how they find their place in this world. But just because it's developmentally appropriate does not mean that as a gentle parent, you should not set boundaries. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be firm with them or you shouldn't use consequences. Matter of fact, this might be a little bit of a hot take, but you are a lazy, permissive parent if you are not using consequences. I use both natural and logical consequences with my kids. Logical, I have to intervene. But again, by intervening, I'm teaching them how they relate to the world and me. Let me give you an example. My kid is throwing their food on the floor. I say, hey, please don't throw your food on the floor. They do it again. I say, okay, I'm taking your food away. You're having a hard time listening. Maybe I say, you're showing me you're done eating. Food is not for playing with. Maybe, just maybe, that leads to a full-blown meltdown. That is okay. Your job as a parent isn't to prevent the negative emotions, the sadness, the frustration, them being upset or disappointed. Your job is to let that happen and be there. Hey, I'm here for you. I will sit with you through your big feelings. I'm not going to prevent you from having them. Hell, I might even be the cause of them sometimes, but my kid knows now that 10 out of 10 times that they go to throw their food on the floor, I will take away their food. They just understood how they related to me and their food and our house. In the respectful, gentle parenting world, the analogy of being a foreigner in another country is oftentimes used. I want you to imagine yourself being picked up out of your country and dropped in a country on the other side of the world. You don't know the language, social norms, the laws. You don't know anything. This might be very overwhelming and stressful for you. You also would be having crazy tantrums every day. This is how your kid feels, but instead of them being an adult and having the ability to communicate with other adults and learn, what they have is an underdeveloped brain and a parent that they're relying on to show them the guidelines. In the foreign country, maybe you don't know and you spit your gum on the road and you get a ticket. You just learned, oh, I can't do that. That's the boundary. Now you feel more comfortable and confident roaming the streets knowing that you will not get a ticket for doing that again. Kids need somebody there to give them a ticket every single time. Somebody that's consistent and firm, not rude, not a bully. But that's why they test boundaries, right? That's why so many times you tell your kid don't do that and they look you in the eyes and they do it anyways. They're testing you. They want to see if you're going to follow through. They want to see how good of a leader you are. Are you going to teach them the same way you did last time? And it's not until you play boundary police for a little while that you develop these confident kids that know how to relate to the world, know how to behave and follow social norms. I'll say it again. You are doing your kid a disservice if you are not using consequences, if you are not following through, being consistent with boundaries. If you are not doing those things, you are a permissive parent and your problems are probably exponentially getting worse and you're upset because gentle parenting doesn't work. No, that's not gentle parenting.